Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Madam Shafinas and my fellow friend. My name is Muhammad Kurikwan bin Muhammad Nizam and my ID number is MDB20111003. So, employable, unfortunate, dangerous, educated and unprofessional, and just a few of a many negative terms commonly associated with a smoking person. There is a lot of negative stigma which is generation this day, despite of the fact that our society more and more individuals are obtained smoking. Smoking is a practice of burning tobacco and increasing and smoker that produce. The smoker may be inhaled as is done with cigarette or simply released from the mouth as the general done with pipe and cigar. As someone who has friend with smoking addiction, I will say smoking has a lot of benefit. So if smoking is getting more popular and common, why is the stigma attached with them? This stigma exists in my opinion because our society does not consider smoking to be anything more than simple way to die faster. As a result, the topic I'd like to discuss today are reasons why smoking should not be banned. The three key points that I'll be discussing are the reason why smoking should not be banned. Smoking reduces Parkinson's disease, and smoking release tension, and smoking increase your metabolism. After citing my three key points for today, my first point will be smoking reduce Parkinson's. According to Arthur Honglei Cheng, the National Institute Environment, Health Science in Research, Triangle Park, the result could guide the development of study on the various tobacco component with animal model to help understand relation between smoking and the Parkinson's disease. The research of reveal or underline the chemical and mechanism wanted, such a study may lead to the better understanding of the cause of Parkinson's disease. However, given the many adverse consequences of smoking, no one will suggest smoking in order to prevent a smoking disease. According to Benjamin Mapping Crisis from the Clinic Travel Service Unit article, they compare the risk of death from Parkinson's disease with smoking habit in 30,000 males doctor in British. Doctor cohort study in 1951 and survivor who had been predictably for 5 decades to prevent the current smoking decline. Progressive during the follow-up of 97 to 8 between 1951 and 1988. The crude rate of Parkinson's disease death were lower in current smoker than the never smoker at the baseline. So according to the American Parkinson's Disease Associated article, epidemiologic study of the Parkinson's disease, the explore of distribution and disease in a very population have constantly found over the number of decades that cigarette smoker have a low rate of Parkinson's disease than the non-smoker. People are taken back when the first hear this counter is twisted. I'm done with my first point, which is smoking reduce Parkinson's. Now I will head the next one was smoking release tension. Secondly, smoking also release tension. According to the Demi Choi article, smoking reduce the stress. However, it increase the aerosol level physiologically. More than that, according to the Mercury Costa, the smoker have the higher neuroticism and anxiety trait than the non-smoker. Current smoker score the high than the never smoker. Neuroticism and the lower agreeableness, the concentrativeness, former smokers score the intermediate on the higher order dimension. Neuroticism that was related to the smoker, particularly among the low concentration, as the indicate by the interactive effect between the amount of individual, the law of concentration as the open of experience. At the lower two factor, there were no difference, no intervention and openness of imprints. At the lower order level, smoker were characterized by inability of resist craving and high impulsiveness, search of similar high stimulant seeking, and lack of preference. In fact, that careful consider action low deliberation. According to the J.D. Castle study, have suggested that people smoke a cigarette in order to regulate the emotion and relieve negative emotion. Based on my experience knowledge, I also agree with this article because I found myself calm after smoking the cigarette. Furthermore, according to the survey study and adolescent smoker doses, the most frequently mentioned reason of the cigarette smoking were stress, reducing the relaxation. Also, stress from life event is thought to be one of the important factor of smoking motivation. One of laboratory experiment report that stress decrease and ability of resisting smoking. This relationship between the smoking behavior and personality traits suggests that possibility that cigarette smoking might be able to reduce anxiety. Although there is also possibility that smoking behavior might increase the neutral anxiety. For the second point, which smoking release tension now, moving to the last point, which smoking increase your metabolism. Thirdly, in study of the average smoker weight 4 or 5 kg less than the non-smoker. But once the individual quit, they gain on the average 4.5 kg with 6 to 12 months, where their weight return to the same weight age the observed in the non-smoker. Nicotine in the cigarette is likely response for the high reduced effect of the smoking. Use the the nicotine pad or nicotine gum during the quit attempt. Typically, in the dose or related manner, according to Adrian McGovern, weight gain lead to increase the body fat. Most smoker gain weight after quitting the smoke. Some develop new onset obesity in type 2 diabetes. The purpose of this paper to criticize the current science investigate the conqueror of the tobacco concept, body weight and diabetes. Intervention strategy of minimize of the prevent weight gain while still allowing the successful tobacco section, according to the Cholo A, Fede and Cornel J. Concern of smoking for the body weight, body fat distribute and insult the resistance of research and show while the majority of the people who quit the smoking gain weight, they are considered a variability that amount of weight gain. The difference in the weight gain between those who quit and those who continue a smoker range 2.6 or 5.3 kg. So those are some of the reasons why smoking should be considered should not be banned. Let's move on into the conclusion. Smoking are important of part of person. Don't let the negative stigma society of smoking influence how you interact with those who have smoked, because smoking do not determine a personal level of life. Smoking from the self-impressed should not be used to justify the of discrimination and the person life, not to tell their lifestyle up. We as society do not have a right to challenge their reliability. Allow them themselves and treat them with respect because they have earned it. As a result, to sum up my persuasive speech, I'm considering that smoking should not be banned. That's it for me. Thank you.